All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 160-pound division where prognosticators out there have a theory about Errol Spence Jr.'s imminent return to the sport of boxing, and it will most likely be for a world championship. Let's talk about that. Dallas, Texas's finest, and I can't wait to see him back in the ring looking like he's at full strength, because it seems like he may be listening to Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s advice. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm going to talk about one of my two favorite fighters in all of boxing. Actually, I have three favorite fighters in boxing, and when I say they're my favorite fighter, I'm not saying that I think they're the best fighter in the world, even though one of them I think very well may be the best fighter in the world. I'm saying they're the guys that I really, really like. I like Deontay Wilder, and rumor has it that they're finally way too late to be at the top of the sport, but hey, man, sometimes perfect timing, seems like it's too late. Nipsey Hussle bite. And that is Deontay Wilder may be fighting Anthony Joshua. Shout out to Phenomenal Show, my Noop brother. What's going on, man? Thank you for letting me know that information, that fight may be getting done. Then there is Gervonta Davis, obviously, who's going to be fighting in about 4 weeks against Lamont Roach in New York City, and probably going to be breaking some big time records up there. But it's Errol Spence. Errol Spence, probably my favorite fighter, man. Fights out of Dallas. Unfortunately, got thumped up by Terrence Crawford in his last fight. Looked like something wasn't quite right with him. I think it's a fair assessment that he looked like his condition was, it was compromised. Sources very close to him have stated to other networks or other outlets that Errol had a hurt rib. To me, it looked like he may have had the flu. Some people said it looked like he was medicated. To me, it looked like he may just have had COVID or something like that, and he had to go through the fight even though he was sick, because his eyes looked swole up. He looked like he was tired. That looked like more versus him. Some people said that they thought he was, partaking in something, some inhaling thing that may elevate you. And I was like, nah, as I looked at it more and over time, I was like, nah, it looks like he has COVID or something like that. But whatever the case may be, he underperformed. And then it looked like he was going to be in a world championship fight straight away with the unified champion at 154 pounds, the weight class right above where he lost his 3 belts to Terrence Crawford. Sebastian Fundora fight looked like it was imminent, but the WBO stood in the way, and it seemed like Errol Spence Jr. had some reticence about it and decided not to do it, and let out a series of tweets about, he'll be back when he's ready. And so it doesn't seem like he's fighting Sebastian Fundora. In fact, there's rumors of Sebastian Fundora already having another opponent, and then having to defend against Terrence Crawford, who won't be there to do it, but to defend his WBO against the mandatory, who at this current moment is Terrence Crawford. So what is Errol Spence Jr. going to do? Well, people with common sense and people that have the ability to know what's going on say that his most likely opponent will be Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara and him seem as if they are in a perfect situation to make a lot of money for a championship belt, exactly where Floyd Mayweather Jr., who I maintain is still very, very influential within the PBC and has given specific advice to Errol Spence Jr. in the past about what weight class Errol should return to. And he said Errol Spence Jr. should return to 160 pounds. Do not even go to 154 because you still got to fight to go to 154. Fight at 160. Now, if Errol is going to fight at 160, you know what he's going to do. He's going to have to fight somebody that is a small 160. He's not going to fight Janabek for the WBO belt. He's not going to, because he's too big. That's a guy that probably is going to end his career at 175. He needs a guy that started his career somewhere at around the same size and is around the same size that he is. The most logical person for that is Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara is the WBA champion at 160 pounds. And Erislandy Lara is a sturdy fighter. He's a PBC fighter. He needs fight dates. He's somebody that has been loyal to the PBC and been loyal to Al Heyman and is a 2-division champion. And quite honestly, if Errol Spence Jr. was able to beat him, would, I think, for sure, make Errol Spence Jr. a lock for the Hall of Fame. Which some people might argue because of the way he lost to Terrence Crawford, that may have slipped through his fingers for the time being. I say no, look what he did. If you lose to a Hall of Famer, you lose to a Hall of Famer. It is what it is. Plenty of people in the Hall of Fame took bad fights, had bad losses to other people that were in the Hall of Fame. It is what it is. Tommy Hearns in the Hall of Fame. He got knocked out by Marvelous Marvin Hagler, who was in the Hall of Fame. You know, it happens. You judge them by the whole of their career. And I think that Errol Spence Jr. would belong in there. And I know that we probably only have 2-3 fights left in Errol Spence Jr.'s career. So, you know, I'm going to give my guy his flowers while he's still here. Anyway, that's my understanding, though, that the most likely guy is Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara has been an active fighter. He's not somebody with tremendous power. He's also an older fighter who's been more willing to stand there and fight more on the inside. It's a southpaw and a southpaw matchup. It's a chance also not just for Errol Spence Jr. It is a big chance. It's a big chance for Erislandy Lara to really shine. If Erislandy Lara is able to get a win over Errol Spence Jr., it may send Erislandy Lara into Canastoicia. Even though, of course, you know, we've got our normal naysayers that are going to say, well, no, Erislandy Lara's old and Errol Spence Jr. is old. Well, hey, man, great fights have been made of such ingredients in the past, okay? If two fighters are at the same level and they're in the same area of their career, actually, Errol is taking a more severe beating than Erislandy Lara has. But hey, Erislandy Lara lost to Jarrett Hurd, not as badly, but he did lose to Jarrett Hurd, got dropped, I do believe, in the 11th or the 12th round. But he rebounded to win another championship. And I think Errol Spence Jr. has more than enough ability to do that. And that style isn't going to be an exciting style, and it's an available fight, and there's going to be big money on the table for that fight to take place in Dallas, Texas. So I'm telling you, man, safe bet is to expect that fight because, you know, there's only so many options that promoters really have out there. You know, there's so many things that PBC is like, okay, how do we make some money? How are people going to, you know, our backers, what are they going to be willing to pay for because they believe that they're going to get a return on their investment? These type of things that have your backers saying, yeah, I'm willing to put more money into it. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Shout out to Rick Timms. Deuces.